Hello again friends, I'm Tanvir and this is maybe the 8th video of this series, and today we will dig into a bit more coding and persistence.xml. Here this line actually does all this logging, as you can see here in the console section after running the project that we created all this time in the last few videos. And if we just comment this line of code from this properties section, uh, we are telling the Eclipse Link implementation that we do not need any kind of logging information to be displayed on the console. Go to the tester after commenting out that line, go to tester and run the code again to see the changes. There will be very few lines of code this time. You can see that there is no information of those extra information, and just this connection is established, connection closed, and these are the name and login and logged out, that successful and successful. Okay, so most of the time if your program doesn't work, or if your code doesn't work the way you want it to work, or there are some problems that you think are in the database side rather than in the logical side, you should always turn this line on so that you can see the extra information coming from the database side. So let us just continue, and we will be using the find clause this time. So em dot find, it takes two parameters, the class from which we are finding, and the object is the argument, the second argument here. This is the primary key, and let's just, the class is our entity example table dot class, and the next one is the primary key. We have 5 rows as we have seen in our database side. Let us put one here for now. Let's go and check our database again. Here we have in the browse section, this is the structure in the, well, I think my browser crashed a bit. Okay, let's just minimize it for now, let it work. There are 5 rows, as you can see here. There are 5 names, this one having the ID of 1, this one having the ID of 2, and this one 3, and so on. And the find keyword actually finds by ID the primary key, and in our persistence class this is the ID field, and it is declared as the primary key by this annotation here. And we are not actually telling it how is this primary key generated, and it is automatically handled by the MySQL side. So we will just actually using the default settings here, and let us just run. It is actually returns us an example table and a single row, because an ID is a unique identifier that actually uniquely identifies a single row from all the other rows. So it will actually return a single object of this entity table class, example table class, sorry, et is equal to this one. And now we can actually directly print out some information. Let's have some space between these two results, and et dot, let's say we are going to print out all the information. So if we want to print all the information, we can have a toString method here. Let's say toString, and it will actually give us some default implementation. We will remove that, then just return, just say like maybe like something like this, id like this dot get id, then slash n, maybe name, and then this dot. These are extra code that we do not actually need, but for convenience let's just go on code role, this dot get role, and that's it. It will print in the first line id, and then the id, name, then the name, and then the role, and then for each line, and that's it. And we can actually directly send the object, and it will automatically call the toString method in the background. So let's just run it. We can see the results here. Here we can actually see the all the for each loops output, and the next output is the one number row, the first row. If we see if it is actually working now, no, it is still in a okay, it is now working. Click on this browse section, and you can see that this is the first row, and we're having the 1001 row. Now if we go to our next id, here you can just change the id like 4 and run it, and click on OK to save this file, and we can see that it will bring us that row. Here we can see this is the fourth row. Here it is. Okay, and next we can look a bit into JPQL, but we think I think it will be okay for our next video. And the next video we will look at JPQL, and after that I will move on to another project with a bit more complex database, and there will be a very enjoyable surprise for you guys. Hope we will see that, and thank you for now.